right? So the next thing we are going to look at is what tools you need to be able to trade. So the tools that you need to trade is there are not so much things that you need to trade. We'll go through all the things that you need to trade. So let me share my screen here in a second. All right. So first of all, for you to be able to trade, you need access. You need access to the internet. Without the internet, you cannot trade, right? You need internet because you'll be using, you need internet and you need a computer to be able to connect to the internet, right? So a computer or a phone. But if you have both, that is the best, right? You need a notebook. You need a notebook. But if you can write notes on your phone or your computer, that is also very fine. You don't necessarily need to use your notebook if you don't want to. Like there are people that actually take really good notes on their laptops and on their phone. You can do that, but it's always good to have like a note. So for me, I still, even at this level, I still keep a note and write in very important things. Like sometimes you come across something very key, you write it down. You learn something new, just one keyword, then you write it down, right? Mostly when it is just in a note, you can easily flip it. But if it's somewhere hiding in your note, you're somewhere in your phone, yes, it is there, but accessibility can be a little difficult. But as I'm saying, it varies from person to person. So some people might do good writing notes on their phone, on their laptop. But then in this day and age, if you have an iPad, you can write, right? Sometimes I take notes on my iPad with my pencil. That is also fair enough, right? So it depends on what you can have access to. Any of them is not, there is no restriction on what what you should use or what you should not use, right? So a notebook is fine. And then these are the basic things that you need. So a computer or phone, the internet and notebook. And when you have these tools, and then that would help you to get access to certain things in order to be able to trade. So once you have your computer and everything and you are set up on your computer and your phone, you need an MT4 or MT5. So these are applications that we trade on. So the application where we can buy and sell whatever instruments that we are looking at, MT4, MT5, right? So in this series, we will look at MT4, MT5, and how you can use it to enter your trades, both on the phone and then on the laptop. We also need what we call a charting software. A charting software or application. Charting software or application. So this, what do we say, a charting software? So a software that will allow you to be able to read the price and know what is the price of that currency, what is the price of that cryptocurrency, what is the price of that instrument that I'm looking at. That charting software is what will give you the graph to be able to analyze the market and know where the price is, where can I buy, and all those kind of things. So the most common one of them is TradingView. I think almost everyone uses TradingView, but we have like other ones. If you're a programmer, there is a certain program that will allow you to even be able to customize and create your own charts. But the most common one almost everyone uses is what, TradingView. And it's pretty okay. You can work with just that, right? Another thing you would need to be able to trade is a broker. So what's a broker? So a broker is an intermediary between you and the financial market. So the financial market is the market to be able to buy the currencies and the stocks and all the different things you are trading. But you cannot just go to a supermarket and buy a stock or buy a currency, right? So the broker is the one that is giving you access to the financial market. So the financial market is controlled by the banks, right? The banks have direct access to the financial market. And this is me or you, me and you, right? And this is a broker. So for us to be able to trade, we need a broker as a middleman to connect us to the banks or the financial market to be able to do our transaction. So if me and you or you and I, we need the US dollars, we'll go to the bank, we'll go to the broker and tell the broker we need US dollar, and the broker would buy the US dollar from the bank and then give it to us. So the broker is the intermediary to help us to be able to access the financial markets, right? So if you want to trade, you need to find a broker. There are so many different brokers, just like we have so many different banks you can open an account. So there are slight differences between the type of bank that you or broker that you are using. Just that is how using a broker is also like. So in talking about broker, there are some terms that we would look at. We'll look at what we call spread, and then swap. So the brokers charge you a fee to be able to use them as a middleman to connect to the financial markets. And the charge comes in terms of spread and then swap. So swap is when you carry your trade overnight. So you open a trade today and then you carry it, the trade is still running in your account up to the next day, day 2, day 1 to day 2. There's a small charge, mostly a few cents, depending on the amount of the instrument that you are buying. And that is called swap. The spread is the difference. So when we say spread, spread is the difference between the price they are getting from the bank and what they are giving to you. So when you go to them and you say, hey, broker, I want to buy the US dollar, right? The broker would go to the bank and then get you the US dollar. But there is a small difference in price. Let's say he's getting it for 0.001, right? When it comes, the price you are going to get it from might be maybe 0.002, but it's not as high like this. There's a small change difference. So we have what you call, that brings us to another terminology. We have what you call ask and bid price. So you don't really have to know what an ask and bid price, but bid. So when you are buying, you are asking. So the price. So when you are buying, you are asking, but you get the bid price. But when you are selling, you are bidding. So you pay the ask price. So there is a difference. The difference between the ask and the bid price is what we call spread, right? Don't confuse yourself if this is something that you're not getting. Like we use ask and bid in different ways. So like if you're buying something, you bid for the price. You ask for the price and you get a bid price. So enough of bid and ask price. Don't get yourself confused with this. This is not. It is important you know, but it's not really like. So you need a broker, and the broker charges small fee. We have the spread and then the swap. Yep. And so there are so many different brokers. If you want to open a broker account, There are so many different brokers. So you check whether the broker is regulated. You need to know. So it's like a bank, and there are a lot of shady brokers. So you need to know if your broker is regulated to be able to get the needed, like, so that you don't get scammed, because you deposit the money you are trading into the broker's account, and then you use it to buy and sell what you are trading, and then you make profit from buying and selling. So you need to be able to be careful so that you don't get scammed in the process of doing that, right? So you need to make sure the broker is regulated. You need to make sure they have the right, the swap and the spread are not that high. So for swap, we have positive and negative swap if you are trading currencies. So sometimes you buy something, and instead of the bank charging you for swap, you get swap, because it's a little tricky. So maybe I would tackle that one differently. So at this level, it might confuse you. So let's proceed. And you need to know if your broker is charging any extra fees. Are there any extra fees that they are charging? And very important, you need to know whether the instrument that you want to trade is available on your broker. So there are certain instruments. Let's say you want to trade Forex, which is currencies. You want to trade Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. You also want to trade metals like gold, right? You need to make sure all these instruments are available on your broker, because if they are not there and you create an account with them, it means you can't trade them, right? So that is your broker. There are certain other things that you need that can also help you in your trading. For example, there is a risk calculator. So what is a risk calculator? So there are certain online tools that will help you to calculate your risk. Okay, if my account is so you cannot do all these calculations on your by yourself. But if you have these tools will help you to be able to do this effectively. So you have let's say you have $1,000 account. You can enter, okay, I have $1,000 account. Every trade I want to risk this amount. How many trades can I take to make this amount? Right? It has, some of them are complex, have all these parameters. So have, okay, every trade you are taking, risk this, and this is what you can lose. This is stuff like that. So that is what we call, what I'm referring here as a risk calculator. We also have what we call my FX book. So when you connect your trading account from your broker to my FX book, it gives you like a statistics of how you are performing. So if you check my FX book, you will see that, okay, your trade performance is increasing. The performance of your trade is increasing. A graph of it will show you, okay, this is the currency you like trading, the US dollar. Anytime you trade the US dollar, you make money. Anytime you buy the euro, you don't make money. It gives you the maths. It gives you, like, you can look at that and see how you are performing, the things that you trade and you make money, how you perform in a certain period over a certain period, and that will help you to be able to improve based on how you are doing. So my FX book is something very important. That is not the only tool that you can use. There are other similar tools to my FX book that can help you to be able to check how your trading is doing, right? Another thing that you can do is, so when you are trading and you are using TradingView is used to check the charts and know where price is. So we are looking at price and time analysis, where the price was and where it in a period of time. right? Another thing that we need to also trade is called fundamental analysis. So with fundamental analysis, we are looking at what the economy is doing. Let's say you are trading Apple shares. You need to know what some information about Apple. Are they growing in terms of their production? Are people buying more Apple phones? Are they in trouble? Do they have enough money? Those are fundamentals and all those. So that is specifically for stocks. But if you are trading currency, you want to know, okay, if I'm trading the US dollar, how is the US economy doing? What is the interest rate? What is the inflation? What is the growth rate and things like that. So you can either decide to be a fundamental trader or a technical trader. So you can just look at the price and time analysis to make your decision. You cannot be just a fundamental trader because it will be difficult for you. You cannot just go read something about a currency and just buy. You need to still do technical analysis. So if you're interested in fundamental analysis, you should still combine it with what? Technical analysis. But you can do technical analysis. If your technical analysis is very good, sometimes you might not need the fundamental analysis, but you need to know when those information and news are released. If you know when those news information are released, then that is very important, because even if you don't want to trade it, to give you an idea that, oh, this news is coming, it might affect my trade positively or negatively. So let me wait and then go back and do my technical analysis. If you don't have anything to do with the technical analysis, you don't want to do the fundamental analysis, it's important you still know when the fundamental analysis are happening. So for you to be able to do that, another tool that you need is Forex Factory. So this is a website where they put like news events. So let's say the Bank of Canada is about to announce decision on interest rates, they'll put it there. So every week, if you go to my Forex Factory, you'll see this information there, right? It's not only Forex Factory. There are so many other websites that you can get this information from. You can get it from investing.com and so many other websites. There are some other websites where they publish those informations, right? So we would go through when we get to this session, we will go through where you can find the information and how you'll be able to navigate your way through that. We'll do all that, right? All right, so we've looked at so many things that you need in order to start trading. I don't know if I mixed anything, so 1 second. I don't think I've missed anything. If I remember anything, I'll put it in the next class. So see you in the next video.